Now Chase Cruson will round it out as we get set for first pitch. And comes in for strike one against Morris. Again, the grad transfer from Virginia Military Institute. And these grad transfers have been so important for Duke this season and last season too. But this one, it feels like they've really stood out in the lineup.
I tell you, Duke just they don't miss in that transfer portal, and it's like a natural transition. Ivy League to Duke, two of the smartest schools in the entire country. I think that they all fit the mold of this program and who they want to be.
1-1 pitch comes in. It's outside for ball two.
Yeah, and you see early on in the game here, fastballs away. I think that was the key yesterday. It was away, 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 away. Can Duke come today and make that adjustment, ready to attack fastballs away?
That ball low. It's 3-1. That one sliced and goes over second base for a leadoff base hit for Zach Morris.
Beautiful piece of hitting right there. There you go. Duke offense. Can they respond from yesterday to today? You saw that at bat right there. All fastballs away, 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 away. I talked to the hitting coach before the game today, and I said, man, they're really tacking you guys away the entire game. Is that the game plan today? And he said, yes. It's exactly what you like to see out of a very good offensive club here in Duke.
Another grad transfer, Ben Miller from Penn. He'll dig in. He's got a top 10 offensive stat line in the ACC, 2 for 3 last night. Drives that one foul into the trees and out of play. So we had the chance to call Towson against Duke earlier in the week. And obviously we watched last night's game, and there's a theme here. It's not the theme you want, but runners on, runners in scoring position for the Blue Devils. They've struggled a little bit, and they were 1 for 9 yesterday with runners on. That's something they're going to want to turn around today.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's definitely a big focus of this ball club, and it's something that they feel.
Miller pops it up into right field. Morris is tagging and heads for second. He's going to dive in safely. Head coach for the Pack, Elliot Avent, earned his 1,000th career win earlier this season against VCU. You can see the number there is up to 1,013 for NC State. What a gem of a human.
One of the best, one of the absolute best. Always has a big smile on his face. One of the great men in baseball. Great leader of all these young men that he has the ability to coach.
Here's the freshman, AJ Gracia. If you haven't seen him play yet, you are in for a treat. Yesterday, 0 for 4, but first of all, you're going to notice all the room he takes up in the box, the way that he plays the field, the patience that he shows at the plate as he fouls that pitch off, and it's quickly 0-2. He though has been so impressive this season.
He's honestly one of the most impressive young freshmen I've ever seen hit. His ability to slow the game down is so impressive to me, and that's one of the hardest transitions for these players as they go from high school to ACC baseball. Can you slow the game down? He has a very, very special ability to do just that. Going to be one of the great ones.
And he drives it into right field. That's going to bring home the run. And so the Blue Devils, something they didn't do yesterday, have not done a ton this season, scoring in the first inning, lead 1-0.
There's our man right there. AJ Gracia does an absolute beautiful job staying on that baseball. And how about that read right there from Zach Morris? We go back to the second at bat of the game. Ben Miller flies out to right field, deep enough to the warning track. He says, you want to know what? We need to start putting pressure on these teams. He does it, gets to second base. AJ Gracia delivers there with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss from Logan Bravo, the cleanup hitter for the Blue Devils. 1 for 4 yesterday with a run and an RBI. He comes to Duke from Harvard. He was a 2-time captain there.
Yeah, really, really good player. Been a great addition to this ball club, getting to stick him right there in the 4th spot. It's been an absolute vacuum at first base as well. played a lot of third base in his past days of college baseball. It's not always a very easy transition to make it over there at first base. He's done an excellent job.
Whitaker ahead 0-2 in the count. And that ball is high. It's 1-2.
Yeah, Logan Bravo yesterday, they really stayed hard with him away. Just like you see in these first 3 pitches this at bat, they're staying hard, Did a great adjustment in his third at bat, hit a homer out to right field. Like to see him stay committed to that throughout the game today.
Swing and a miss from Bravo, and the strikeout for Whitaker.
Excellent pitch right there. They found something against Logan Bravo that they like. They're going to attack him with fastballs hard away and up in the zone. Beautifully executed pitch right there.
That brings up Alex Stone. Stone behind the plate for this ball club. Last season, he's been DHing some as well. That's where he's in the lineup for today's game.
What a beauty to have 2 catchers like Alex Stone and Macon Winslow.
The ball's in the air, right side of the field in fair territory. Coming in to make the catch is Noah Souls for the third out of the frame, but the freshman AJ Gracia first pitch to Hogue in for strike 1. You and I talked to Duke pitching coach Brady Kirkpatrick before the game a little bit about Higgins, and it looks like got to trade out some of the technology here for the catcher. Macon Winslow behind the plate, the impressive freshman.
All this technology in baseball today, Danny.
Don't even start. Don't even start. Are you about to say, "Get off my lawn"? Is that where you're going with that?
Oh man.
So what's cool about the catchers here at Duke is that's on the ground. Fair pops off the glove of Bravo. So Josh Hogue gets himself on base to lead off for the Wolfpack.
As solid as Logan Bravo's been over there at first base. It looked like this ball, oh man, that is a very, very tough hop. Interested to see how they score that. Looks like they already gave that an error. Man, that's a tough error right there. I don't know what that hit. Looked like that area was lacking a little bit of water right there, but NC State, here they go, off to a good start here early in this ball game.
That's going to bring up Garrett Pennington as he lays off that pitch from Higgins. Pennington spent his first 3 seasons in college at Central Missouri D2, transferred to Wichita State, where he learned to cook and smoke and grill and is a pulled pork master at this point, and then decided to transfer one more time as he takes another ball. Transfer one more time to NC State. He wanted to be a part of a winning team that could go to Omaha.
Yeah, and he's a heck of a player. I love this big leg kick. I love how early he starts it. I love how slow he moves. This is a guy that can really hit, and that's really going to help this NC State ball club throughout the year.
Pops that ball up in the air. It's just in shallow right, but the second baseman, Morris, is going to make the catch. You can hear the reaction from the crowd as he does that one away for Duke.
Yeah, Zach Morris out there letting AJ Gracia know he's got that. You'd like to see AJ. And I'm sure when he gets in that dugout, Coach Pollard's going to let him know, hey, man, anytime that second baseman starts drifting back, you call him off. That's your ball.
One away, Alec Makarevich will step in. Played 4 seasons for Cliff Godwin at East Carolina. And when we talked to Elliot Avent earlier in the week, he told us that Makarevich and Pennington have very similar pedigrees. They're the really same kind of guy, huge influence on this team. Swing and a miss through that pitch.
Yeah, it's always a scary part in the transfer portal, right? Is you know, there's so many good players that enter that transfer portal every year, but you have to make sure that you find guys, especially older guys, when they're coming into a brand new culture. You have to make sure they fit that culture. I think these 2 teams have done such a great job in identifying those players.
Higgins gets ahead. It's 1-2 in the count. Yeah, that's been a point of emphasis from everyone. Every program that we talk to is bringing in that nice mix of veterans to complement the freshman class, the talented freshman class on both sides of these teams. That pitch is low. It'll even the count to 2-2.
And you see Ryan Higgins here early in this ball game doing a nice job attacking this strike zone last night. That was a big hurting factor in the game for Duke. You love to see Ryan Higgins coming out and attacking these hitters.
Pitch is fouled back. Just out of your reach. Did you bring your glove today?
Nah, I
didn't bring it.
I didn't. I think I forgot how to catch D. It's all good.
There's no way.
I got this net in front of me. That's perfect.
We do have a net in front of us. It's probably a good thing. 1 on, 1 down in the bottom of the first. 2-2, another pitch fouled off.
Yeah, and yesterday they attacked Makarevich up in the zone with 2 strikes. Really nice job right there making that adjustment. This is what you like to see, really good ball clubs. The game finishes. A lot of people think the coaches go home and go to sleep and say, hey, we got a game back tomorrow. No, these coaches go home, they watch the entire game, they see how they attack these hitters, and they try to make these adjustments from day to day, and then they come here to the field, they give these players these information, and then in time, I think the really cool thing that you get to see is these players from this information that they're given, they're able to now make in-game adjustments, and it goes from game to game to at bat, and then from pitch to pitch. I think that's something that these 2 ball clubs do a great job of.
Runner takes off. That ball misses, and Makarevich works the walk. That puts runners on first and second for the cleanup hitter, Jacob Cozart. Here's head coach of the Blue Devils, Chris Pollard, in his 12th season. Just 1 win away from tying Steve Traylor for second all-time, and 26 wins away from tying legendary head coaches here for Duke. So exciting for him and what he's done with this program.
An impressive coach. Every time we get to sit down and talk to him, I take out my notepad and I write down a lot of the stuff he says just so I can save for when I talk to young kids and young baseball players who are aspiring to be great. So there's so many good coaches throughout this ACC, and I think 2 of the best ones are here on this field today.
Pitch in there to Cozart for a strike. Higgins ahead 0-2.
Yeah, 0-2 right here against Cozart. Big time situation. NC State down a run. Duke, make your best pitch. 4 pitches in a row right here. Do not give in throughout the entire at bat.
Swing and a miss, and they get the strikeout. 2 away for Duke.
Wonderfully done right there by Ryan Higgins. Coach Brady Kirkpatrick's told us he is best when that fastball's up in the zone. It has a ton of ride, and that pitch right there looks so good to these hitters right out of the hand. You know, we watch it on TV and we go, what's he doing swinging at that pitch? That's the best looking one. It looks the size of a grapefruit. Unfortunately, it's the toughest pitch to hit. That's a wonderfully executed pitch right there by Ryan Higgins.
That pitch is out of play off the bat of Eli Serrano III, the sophomore who had such an outstanding freshman season. I saw him before the game, and I've known this guy since he was in high school. I swear he's grown a foot at this point, and he's commanding center field. Coach Avent said, listen, he wanted to play the outfield, so that's where we're going to put him this season, despite playing infield last year.
Yeah, and he did a great job at first base last year as well. Really good looking athlete, 6'7". I mean, we saw him walking up today, and I had to ask you, like, did he come over from the basketball team, or what's going on? But he is a really great player. He's making strides every single time I see him. He seems to be getting better. A young man with a very bright future.
The 1-1 pitch coming in is low. It's 2-1.
Oof, that's a good-looking pitch right there. You see that changeup from Ryan Higgins. Coach Brady talked about it. He said, we've been working on a little bit of a split change. It's been working fantastic for him. Was great last week against Clemson. It's a really good-looking pitch right there.
This will be the 20th pitch of the inning for Higgins. It's in the air and out of play. Great crowd Saturday afternoon. We were worried about the weather here in Raleigh, and it has turned out to be a beautiful afternoon.
I told you early on, you wanted to come out for BP, and I see the temperature. I'm from South Florida. I don't have enough clothes, and it's been a wonderful day.
Swing and a miss. He gets the strikeout back-to-back for him.
It's just the transfer portal when it first started. I was so skeptical of it all, and I didn't think it would be smooth in that transition, and I just found it really cool that these 2 ball clubs have been able to do a great job with it. This
is Wallace Clark, who launches one into right and gone. A leadoff solo shot for Wallace Clark, the junior, who adds to Duke's lead. It's 2-0.
That's just a great job of hitting right there, zoning him up middle, looking for a pitch to attack, gets it and does not miss. Wallace Clark is not a guy who hits a lot of homers, but I tell you, his swing is so simple. He never tries to do too much, and when you make mistakes, he makes you pay. Exactly what he did right there.
Wow, what a job by him. This is the freshman Macon Winslow at the plate who takes a ball. Duke's got home runs now in 19 of 23 games. They rank 4th nationally, 2nd in the ACC. They've really muscled up, and what's so interesting, Dee, is that Coach Pollard has mentioned they didn't know necessarily that this was what the team would produce coming into the season based on their fall.
Yeah, and you think about their pitching staff, and now, I don't know too many offenses that would have a ton of success and a lot of fun facing a pitching staff like Duke's throughout the year. So I think he is pleasantly surprised. I think he hit the jackpot with a lot of these transfers and freshmen, and it's a ball club that continues to impress.
2-2 count now for Macon Winslow. And he fouls a pitch off. You know, when we were talking about Logan Whitaker and what he's been through, Coach Avent was so passionate on our call earlier in the week about the perseverance. And he was talking about Jim Valvano. Don't give up when you're talking about Logan Whitaker and the injuries, and would he come back and would he be able to kind of get over everything that he's been through. And one guy who's been really helpful with that is his battery, Jacob Cozart, behind the plate. It's just been really special to kind of hear about their relationship. 3-2 pitch, another one fouled off.
Yeah, injuries inside of this game do very scary things to your mind at times, and you know, just Logan Whitaker being able to fight through all that here in his 6th year, looking great on the mound. That's just a great story and something he'll share and help others throughout his career.
He loses Winslow, who works the walk, so Duke's got a base runner. Here are the numbers that we were talking about for Logan Whitaker. Missed the first 3 seasons with injuries and has come back the last 2 years. Was a Friday guy last year and now pitching on Saturdays for the Wolfpack. 24 innings so far coming in to this series. Here's Devin Obie. He takes a strike from Whitaker.
Devin Obie, a guy that's getting a chance to play every single day now. Coach talked about, hey, what have you seen that's been better from Devin Obie? Well, to be honest, just him showing up every day, knowing he's going to be in the lineup. That does mean so much. It's hard. And a lot of these guys that are in and out of the lineup, they wake up every day and they go, oh, wow, I wonder if I'm playing today. I better go hit a good BP. Well, hopefully if I do get in there with the pinch hit, I got to be successful or else I'm not going to play. It means a lot to a guy like Devin Obie, a very talented guy, a guy that's had big expectations since he's walked on campus, and I'm just happy to see him having a lot of success early on in this season.
Pretty large shift on for Obie. You got 3 fielders on the left side as he fouls a pitch off. It's 1-2. And you've talked about him, you know, when we got to see him earlier in the week, just about, you know, being that guy who can step up in big situations. And he's been able to do that for Duke and just be a guy you can rely on and count on no matter where he is on the bench in the lineup.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
1-2, gets the strikeout, swing and a miss. There's 2 away.
Yeah, that's a really good looking pitch right there. Goes fastball up, speeds him up, goes down to the breaking ball, probably does not pick up spin at all. Beautiful job back there also by Jacob Cozart. But Logan Whitaker, once again, continuing to attack the strike zone, continue to work ahead, and when he does that, he is at his best.
Sorry, just 1 away, the 2nd strikeout for Whitaker. The freshman Chase Cruson steps up. Swing and a miss through that pitch. .22 at bats this season for Cruson. He's hitting .364 as he leaves that pitch up. It's 1-1.
Yeah, he's got some big juice. I feel like every time I watch him play, He's going deep to right field. I really like the freshmen that they added on this team, Cruson and Gracia. Two very good looking players. They're going to be very good in this Duke ball club, for a long time.
We saw Chase before the game by the cages. He said, hey. He's like, you guys called Tuesday's game, right? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, he's a happy guy.
That pitch gets away from Cozart. Winslow takes second, so Duke's got a runner in scoring position. Just one away in the top of the second. Rule the wild pitch if you're scoring at home. Two-one pitch in there for a strike. It's 2-2.
Nice pitch right there by Logan Whitaker. Went to the tighter slider right there, almost acting like a cutter. Gets a swing and miss right over top of it right here.
That pitch fouled off, just missing. Cruson spoils that one. I mean, he had a really good game on Tuesday. We saw him in the lineup there, batting ninth. Didn't play yesterday, but getting back in the lineup today.
Yeah, it's probably a matchup that Coach Pollard likes right here for Chase Cruson.
Pitch spoiled again, heads up into the dugout of the Wolfpack. Two, and he rips it down the line, but foul. By the way, does it look like he's smiling up there? Is he just a happy guy?
I'm telling you,
is that his batting face?
He's a happy guy.
He's just a happy guy.
He's a happy guy that can hit.
Two count. Another one spoiled and out of play.
It's a nice job right there with 2 strikes. Not trying to do too much, just trying to put barrel to the ball. Put the ball in play, force pressure on this defense. Logan Whitaker continuing to do a nice job locating that fastball up in the zone.
This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. That one's hit right back where it came from to center field. Serrano makes the catch, and Winslow tags up for third, 2 away.
Yeah, big out right there for Logan Whitaker. Important for him to work to get out of this inning right here. You got Zach Morris coming up top of the lineup. You got a really hot hitter behind him, and Ben Miller needs to continue to make his pitch. Yesterday against Zach Morris, there were 3 strikeouts he had, all on the exact same pitch. A fastball elevated and out over the plate. Saw him make the adjustment in that first at bat. Let's see if he can stay committed to it here.
That pitch is fired in for a strike. So after his hit in the first, he's got a hit in 21 of 23 games. That is Zach Morris.
Not bad.
That pitch is up. It's 1-1. Morris taps it in between the legs. It's fielded by Whitaker, who dumps it over to first for the out. So that runner on third stranded, but Wallace Clark puts combo was going to work for us.
Yeah, and you know, I think he hit the jackpot. I mean, I think, you know, obviously Ben Miller's been fantastic. Zach Morris, second base. Every time I look, he's making a diving play. Logan Bravo has been an absolute vacuum at first base. And then you got Wallace Clark, you know, replacing Alex Mooney, the leader of their ball club last year. I found it so interesting. Coach Pollard said, you know, I kind of pumped these guys up, and I had them being maybe a little more boisterous than they had wanted to be, and I realized that I made a mistake.
Chase Nixon on the ground. What a play by Miller over at third. Ben Miller, fantastic job to charge the ball and get the out of Chase Nixon.
You see that right on cue. One of the hardest plays to make as an infielder is a ball that's cued, especially one from the third base side with the left-handed hitter because it's spinning away from him. Absolutely beautifully executed play right there. And once again, there's that Duke defense. But yeah, we were talking to Coach Pollard, and he said, you know, I wanted them to be more boisterous. I wanted them to be louder. I wanted to find out who was going to be our leader. And then I realized over time that a lot of these guys, they just go to work. They're pros. They know how to handle their business on their own.
Brandon Butterworth drives it into left. He's going to head for two. The throw in and the tag. Close play. They're asking for the headset, but the call on the field is safe. How about the hustle from Butterworth?
Whew. Butterworth continuing to swing that hot bat. I thought yesterday he was the most important at bat in the lineup. And you see that play at second base right there? That is as close as it gets.
Here you can see tag and then hand.
I think he might have got him. I think he might have got him right there.
There's another look.
Got him.
That's a great view.
Yeah, that's some excellent camera work right there. How about Chase Cruson going to get that ball, slips on the track a little bit, and such a great...
He's back on the field, and the call is overturned. It's an out. All right, welcome back. Thanks for joining us here on ACC Network as we wrapped up a little afternoon softball. Thank you to Matt Schick and crew. Duke, number 9 Duke, leading NC State 2-0. This is game 2 of the series. NC State won last night in a thriller. Our game now in the bottom of the second inning. 2 away, called just overturned. And this is Noah Souls at the plate. It's 2-0.
Yeah, Ryan Higgins today has been fantastic. Duke has needed an outing today where Ryan Higgins would come out and attack the strike zone. That really hurt this Duke ball club yesterday. He's doing a really nice job early on in this ball game.
Souls takes strike 1. It's 2-1. That pitch missing, 3 balls and 1 strike. Noah Souls is a guy who's been a part of this Pac team for a while. The senior, another senior voice for Elliott Avent, and he puts so much trust in his players and his lineup and his staff as well. As Souls rolls over to second base, play is made by Morris, and that's going to end the second part in this game. Duke has the advantage, though, after losing last night in a close one.
Yeah, Logan Whitaker's been really, really sharp today. I love his fastball command, continuing to pound the strike zone like his buddy last night in Sam Highfield, who was absolutely fantastic, by far his best outing of the year.
Ben Miller hits one just foul. Couldn't have been closer. And you can see it again. I saw our camera guy is getting a shot of that stash. He's been growing that out since October. That's what it takes to get to that status. That one's hit the other way, though, through the infield. He's got a leadoff base hit for Duke.
Yeah, beautiful piece of hitting right there by Ben Miller. And we've been talking about it all day long. NC State yesterday attacked with fastballs away. Get them off the fastball and then try to slip in a breaking ball. And a wonderful adjustment up to this point today by this Duke ball club. You know, you got 2 choices when you're facing fastballs away. You can either A, let them have it and say, forget it, I don't want a piece of it, that's not my strength. Or you can look for it, sell out to it, telling yourself every single pitch before the ball even comes out of his hand, it's going to be a fastball away. It looks like that's the choice that this Duke ball club has made today. Love the change in plan from day to day.
Here's the freshman, AJ Gracia, at the plate. 1-0 pitch on its way is low for ball 2. So Duke doing a nice job. Their leadoff hitters so far in the game. In the first inning, a single, second home run. Here in the third, a single. So maybe a point of emphasis for Coach Pollard and his crew this afternoon, wanting to get a little action early. And that's something that I talked to him about pregame, D, was that the fact that ball's outside, the fact that they're scoring a lot of their runs in the later part of their games. And so wanting to make sure that you're getting guys on early, but also bringing them home. That's been an issue a little bit for the past couple of weeks for them, that they're working out. We're about the halfway point through the season, so just in time as Gracia takes a strike. It's 3-2. 3-1, excuse me.
Yeah, probably no action here on 3-1, but you'd like to believe 3-2, they are going to want to start this runner.
And that ball's high, so he walks Gracia. Duke's 423 with runners in scoring position. He takes strike 1. That pitch missing evens the count up.
Yeah, there's that fastball away. I love the first pitch, sneaking in a breaking ball. He saw a ton of fastballs in these first 2 games. Out over the plate away, sneak that early breaking ball in, and then try to go back to it. And there you see it right there, D. There you see it. That's how they continue to attack Logan Bravo. Like to see him sell out to that fastball out over the plate. And once again, NC State, huge situation here. You are going for the strikeout.
Big shift on for Bravo. 1-2 pitch. That one's popped up in the air, right side of the infield. Over at first, Pennington makes the catch, and there's one away. So the game plan executed really well against the cleanup guy.
Yeah, great job right there. Great job right there. Textbooks 1-2 count. Goes to the fastball away. Probably a tick off the plate and a little bit elevated. Very, very tough pitch right there as a hitter to try to get good wood on. Nice job right there by NC State. And now they got their guy, Alex Stone, at the plate. Guy who's been a leader of this ball club. I feel like he represents Duke baseball so well. He's in a big situation right here.
And he takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Popped up in his first at bat. Captain of this club. He's been a face of this team for a while. Kind of watched them ebb and flow through the successes and took some lumps earlier. Coach Pollard's teams have, and man, they've come out on top. It's been incredible to see how he's built them up his 12th season here. Going in that transfer portal, finding the right guys. It's been about chemistry, not necessarily just the numbers for the Blue Devils. That one catches for a strike. It's 2-1.
Yeah, that's a big-time pitch right there. 2-0 count. You got Alex Stone selling out to the fastball away. He knows that's how they've been attacking these Duke hitters. Wonderful job right there by Logan Whitaker sneaking that breaking ball in.
Ball outside. It's 3-1.
Big situation right here. 3-1 count. Guys on first and second. 1 out. Alex Stone, the leader of this club. Make your best pitch here. Do not give in. You still got a double play situation in order. No problem starting over new with Wallace Clark on deck. Got to make your best pitch right here.
And he drives that ball to center. Gets caught up for Serrano, who makes the grab. And the runners will stay put. Hey, here our next Saturday. 2 away. Here's Wallace Clark. He takes a strike, went yard in the second. Monster home run for the junior. And D's normally, earlier in the season, batting in that 9-hole, trying to turn the lineup over, but he's moved up in the lineup as of late.
Yeah, and I really like this move. I just think he's such a steady bat. You know, in most lineups, he would not be hitting this far down in the lineup, but fortunately for Duke, this is a very, very deep lineup, and I think he does a great job of controlling the strike zone. When you look at his numbers, they don't jump off the page at you, but he's a guy that you want on your team. He's going to help this Duke club win a lot of ball games.
That was the 20th pitch of the inning for Logan Whitaker. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. That one's foul tipped. It's 2-2.
Really good looking changeup right there. Had him in a 2-1 count. Do not want to just groove him a fastball. You got a righty on deck. You're in a 2-2 count here, and you can feel that this is not going to be a very high-scoring ball game. Make your best pitch. These next two pitches, live with the end result, but you got to live by making your best pitch.
That one's left high. It's a full count.
Guys are going to be off and running here, so any ball in the gap at all, most likely is going to score AJ Gracia from first base. Very, very big pitch early on in this ball game.
That one's tapped on the ground to second. Throw over to first, and so the runner's stranded. Luke.
Pitch for pitch and then some. Did a great job pounding the strike zone and really set the tone for this NC State team.
Luke Nixon fouls a ball up. That one goes off the fencing. Nice effort by Winslow. Higgins had a 9-pitch second inning, by the way. Had a 1-2-3 outing for him. So this is Luke Nixon's first at bat of the game.
Yeah, great job today. You could tell the focus was to get in that strike zone early from this Duke Ball Club. They're not a team that walks a lot of guys. Yesterday was very uncharacteristic. I'd like to give all the credit to NC State. I thought their game plan was absolutely spot on and money, and I thought that's the best way to attack Santucci and trying to bottle him up. Look for pitches right over the zone. When I see spin early, honestly, I'm just going to let them have it. I'm not really worried about the spin. You got to pick one pitch when you're facing a guy like Santucci.
And I just saw Ben Miller run over to the right side of the infield, that 0-2 pitch high for a ball. So now they've got that monster shift you can see.
Yeah, and they get that a lot from the computers with 2 strikes. He must have a tendency to pull the ball more, so they get 3 guys on that right side.
And he goes over to the left side, a bouncing ball. Wallace Clark can't make the play. So Luke Nixon gets on base. Base hit for the number 9 hole hitter, a little smile. Listen, sometimes it happens.
Right on cue right there. Ben Miller, get over there to the right side. And what's my man Luke Nixon do? Hits him exactly where they're not. Very tough play right there. And hey, that's how the game works out. That's how big innings start. Great job right there by Luke Nixon, who's having a very great series for this NC State team so far.
Back to the top. Little check over there. Josh Hogue will bat. Their lineups changed a little bit to start the season for the Pack. Noah Souls was leading off, and then Hogue took over around that Georgia Tech series as he swings and misses through strike 1. They've changed things around a lot, just trying to find that right recipe, and it takes time early on, but they've settled into this lineup that's been working for them.
Yeah, a lot early on in the season. You know, you have 11, 12 guys that you mix in and out, and you just try to find the one, honestly, that you win a ball game with. It's not that one lineup ever happens to be better than the other. It's just, hey, we won a ball game with this, and hey, let's ride this because, guys, we just got to win, and this is going to be the best thing for this ball club. And like you said, this is the lineup that they've settled on, and it's been great.
Swing and a miss through that pitch, and Higgins gets the strikeout.
It's a big-time pitch right there by Higgins, going to his best pitch, that fastball that when he misses a bit to the glove side, it's got a little bit of cut on it. Man, I tell you, this Higgins guy is a very impressive young man. It's great to see him in this starting rotation. I think he can be a guy that can really pick this ball club up as the season goes along.
Here's Garrett Pennington with one away. Swing and a miss through strike 1. 3 strikeouts so far for Higgins on his outing today. That pitch missing for a ball. It's 1-1. Pennington flew out his first at bat in the first. Runner taken off, and the ball just trickles away out of the glove of Winslow. So Luke Nixon ends up in scoring position.
Nice job right there by Luke Nixon. Ryan Higgins is getting into a little bit of a rhythm. He was coming set 1-2 and going home. Luke Nixon, the son of former Major Leaguer World Series winner Trot Nixon, definitely taught him a thing or two. Anytime a pitcher gets into rhythm, it's a lot easier to steal bases off the pitcher than it is catchers.
Swing and a miss through strike 3, back-to-back strikeouts for Higgins. That's his 4th.
Yeah, there's that elevated fastball again, and he's doing such a great job of mixing speeds throughout the at-bat. And then what do? Man, he's got that really good sharp breaking ball. I got to see it up in the zone. I start looking up in the zone. 2 strikes, he tunnels that fastball right off of it and gets big strikeouts. And that's why Ryan Higgins is so exciting for this Duke ball club.
2 away for Alec Makarevich. He takes strike 1. So far today, 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position for NC State. 1 for 15 in the series. So that pitch is inside for a ball. It's 1-1.
Yeah, Coach Avent talked about it, and he said, against this Duke ball club, you don't get a ton of opportunities. So when you get them, we've got to capitalize. They did a great job of that yesterday. It's something that we're going to keep our eye on as this game progresses today.
Nasty pitch there from Higgins for a swinging strike. It's 1-2.
Yeah, that fastball up again, so tough to lay off of when you're looking and hunting pitches up in the zone, a guy with a really good breaking ball.
That pitch missing low. Good job by Winslow to keep it in front. Keep Nixon over at second.
I don't know if that was a little bit of a cross-up right there or what, D, but not often. That I guess that's the one good part about technology today, right? There's not a ton of cross-ups anymore.
No, that eliminates that problem for the most part. 2-2 pitch. They go and check on Nixon. Thought about going, but stays put. Yeah, so we were talking to Brady Kirkpatrick, the pitching coach for Duke, about this, and while he's calling the game, the catchers have input, but not only that, in real time, if they see the batters adjusting, he can signal to Kirkpatrick about that and make those real-time adjustments. Really fascinating. The pitch is on the ground, rolled over to first. Bravo will step on the bag for the out. Nixon is stranded. We head to the bottom. Really grown over the past couple of seasons, and he's a huge reason. His staff, too. He turned the staff over. That staff got younger. You've got Ty Blankmeyer over at third base, Eric Tyler, the hitting coach, over at first base, and Brady Kirkpatrick, we've mentioned him a couple times, their pitching coach.
Yeah, 3 super regionals in the last 5 years. That is extremely impressive. I think what I was most impressed about today and watching his club, being able to see him in person, was the autonomy that each one of these coaches had. The infield coach was with the infielders, the outfield coach was with the outfielders, the hitting coach was talking to his hitters, the pitching coach was minding his own business, but they all had the autonomy to run their own crew. He's just the head guy that oversees everything, and I think that speaks volumes when you trust your coaches to be able to do their job.
Macon Winslow is the batter, and he takes strike 2. It's a 2-2 count. Walked back in the second. The freshman's been really instrumental for this team, and Coach Pollard having a lot of trust in the freshman in his lineup. The pitch is fouled off.
Yeah, it's so impressive to see freshmen jump in the ACC, especially in conference pitching, and continue to have success. And Macon Winslow really has gotten better since ACC play has started. So they've done a great job identifying very good young players to plug in early.
Another pitch fouled away. I think what impresses me, too, is when you do see these freshmen attacking pitches, right, battling at the plate and making it a really tough out. There's another ball in the stands, a free souvenir. I see some gloves out there. I see some kids with gloves in the stands this afternoon. I also saw some kids down in some hot dogs over there. They looked pretty good. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming. Swing and a miss, and Whitaker gets the best of him. 1 away. Well done
right there. Right on right, change up. I think the pitch before really is what sets that up. It's so hard for right-handed hitters to face pitchers that they know will come inside. So I come inside, I speed them up a tick. Next thing you know, I use the changeup right after that fastball inside. Forces me to make a little bit earlier of a decision than I wanted to. That's the absolute worst thing you can do when trying to hit a changeup. Just a perfectly executed pitch and game plan right there by NC State and Logan Whitaker.
Third strikeout for him. Here's Devin Obie. Takes a ball inside. It's 2-0. Obie struck out his first at bat. Another shift on for him on the left side. 3 infielders. Swing and a miss through strike 1.
Love it, love it. 2-0 confidence, goes back to the changeup. And it's interesting as innings progress, how much more is he going to start going to his third pitch? His changeup looks really sharp today.
Ball fouled off. It's 3-2. Next pitch will be the 80th for Logan Whitaker. Obie works the walk. Hey, the first ever ACC gymnastics.
Down on strikeouts first starts with game planning and pitch selection and knowing your strengths. And, as Devin Obie continues to grow and continue to push forward in his pursuit of being a professional in this game, you see these little intricacies and little things that happen throughout the game, and being able to lay off a 3-2 changeup right there is a very, very huge step.
Check on Obie over at first. He slides in safely. Chase Cruson, the batter, flew out in the second. Maybe we should nickname him Smiley. I don't know.
I like it.
When you're a freshman, you can have nicknames, right? We can build upon them.
Baseball's fun. I like to see guys enjoying the game.
A 1 pitch coming is high. Cozart fires down. Keeping a close check on Devin Obie.
Yeah, 1-1 count was always some of my favorite coaches' time to start some action. It's a big decision count for the hitter. Got that wide open hole on the first base side in that 4 hole.
He's 4 for 6 in stolen base attempts this season. And Cruson can't check his swing for strike 2. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Duke 1 for 10 with runners on today. I mean, you said it earlier, Dean, you felt like this was going to be a close game. There weren't going to be a ton of runs scored, and the fact that Obie gets on with the walk, now they're checking on him. He's got the speed. Cruson's got some pop. It's not sneaky pop. He's a big kid for a freshman. So he leaves that pitch up for a 2-2 count. And so I can see why they want to make sure they're keeping an eye on Obie.
Yeah, when you get in these ACC games and the big, tough, competitive environments, and NC State's by no means an easy place to play. Sometimes guys get on first base and it feels like they're in scoring position. So very important to keep runners tight and close. Got to think here in a 3-2 count. They're going to be pushing to start the runner here and get some action. They got the lead. Let's keep the pressure on NC State.
Good at bat by Cruson to work the count full. Obie taken off, and he hits it on the ground, gets under the glove of Pennington. So Obie heads for third, and Chase Cruson able to move the runner and didn't have to try too hard, didn't work too hard to make that happen.
Nice job right there. 3-2 count. I got to put the ball in play. They start the runner and Devin Obie. You see that big gap over there and a little bit of weird spin coming off that grass right there. Ball stinks under Pennington's glove, who's been great at first base all year long. A play that he'll tell you he knows he should make. Not an easy play by any means, but first and third right here. Duke threatening again.
ruled a hit for Cruzen, so runners on the corners for Duke. Top of the order, Zach Morris at the plate. Swing and a miss through strike one.
Yeah, big situation early on in this ball game. Again, you got your top of the order up. You know there's not going to be a ton of runs scored in this game. I'm looking for a strikeout and a double play ball. That's my mindset if I'm Logan Whitaker.
Morris fouls it off and out of play. Whitaker ahead 0-2.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now you have your entire arsenal in your back pocket. You got to make your best pitch. No need to throw anything over the plate. You got to go for the strikeout here.
0-2 pitch is driven into left center field. That's going to score. Obi goes all the way to the wall. Cruzen has the wheels. He's heading for home. He's going to stand up. That's a 2-run, 2 RBI double for Zach Morris.
Beautiful piece of hitting right there. Beautiful piece of hitting. 2 strikes. Logan Whitaker leaves that ball right in the middle of the plate. He knows he's trying to bury that breaking ball. You know, when you're trying to make the perfect pitch, oftentimes you end up leaving it middle. That's what he does there. And against good hitters like Zach Morris, they make you pay for that. Devin Obi scoring there, starting this inning off with a walk. Wonderful job right there by Duke coming in clutch.
That makes it 4-0 Duke. Ben Miller will bat. Cozart's going to call time and go and chat with his battery. That was Zach Morris's 8th multi-hit game of the year.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, another one of those transfers. They've been able to plug a transfer in the leadoff hole. Been there the entire year. He's been fantastic. I really think Logan Whitaker, too, is throwing the ball awesome today. You know, you look up at the scoreboard, he's given up 4 runs, and you look back, really, you got to credit these Duke hitters. They've done a great job in capitalizing when they get the opportunity. Logan Whitaker has not made many mistakes today, but really good ball clubs. And you could kind of sense today there was a bit of urgency coming out of that Duke dugout. They had a look on their eyes when they walked in this field today. They know how bad they needed this game today. And really, really great game plan early on.
Ben Miller swinging at the first pitch. Fouls it off. I wonder how much maintenance goes into that mustache.
I don't know, but he's got it down. He's got it down.
1-on-1 down in the top of the 4th. A check on Morris at second. He gets back safely. Another close play.
Back-to-back pickoffs right there. First, the timing play. Second, the catcher drop glove, trying to get him creeping off the bag a little bit early, getting his feet stuck together. Nice job. Way to be aware at second by Zach Morris.
The shift is on for Miller as he fouls a pitch off. It's 0-2.
You know, 2 times in this series, Ben Miller has shot that 4-hole in this shift with 2 strikes. So I'd like to see in time if they're going to make an adjustment back, especially if they're going to go to the fastball away. You'd like to think they'd go off speed here if they're going to stay in this.
And he gets the strikeout, caught looking 2 away.
Yeah, it seemed like Ben Miller was right on the same page with me. He's looking for something soft there, and I think that's a big pitch for Logan Whitaker. I think as this year continues to go on, I think that fastball in the inner half of the plate against right-handed hitters is going to be a very key pitch for him. It's a wonderfully executed pitch right there and caught him looking.
His 4th of the game. Here's AJ Gracia. He takes strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. That pitch is high for ball 1. It's 1-1. So listen to some of these numbers for Gracia, right? I mentioned the plate appearances earlier. He sees 4.2 pitches per plate appearance. That leads Duke. The next closest starter is Devin Obie and Wallace Clark. They're under 4. I mean, just for a freshman to have the confidence and the patience, you can see the swing there as it's a 1 and 2 count. You can see the swing. I mean, but just to have that patience and still have numbers like that is really impressive.
Yeah, and it's not just he's taking pitches just to take them. He looks for pitches in his zone, and if they're not there, he lets them have it till 2 strikes.
Spoils that pitch. He's hitting 500 with runners in scoring position. 14 for 28 this season.
Wow.
Freshman impact, the contributions from these two in particular, is a huge reason for Duke's success. They've just got this nice blend, and it's why they're a top 10 offense in the country. That one looks like it nicks him inside. The last thing you want to do with 2 outs. So now Duke's got runners on first and second for the cleanup hitter, Logan Bravo.
Yeah, and they're trying to make a pitch right there on AJ Gracia. They know all these numbers that you're speaking of, D, and then they know how dangerous he is. You got a right-handed hitter on deck. Logan Whitaker has had a little bit of success so far against Logan Bravo. He knows, I'm not giving in. I'm making my best pitch. If I happen to walk you, if I happen to hit you, there's an open bag. I'll let you have it. But I'd like this right-on-right matchup a tick better for Logan Whitaker.
It's gotten him out twice today as Bravo takes strike 1. Struck out in the first and flew out in the third. Duke leads at 4-0 in the 4th. That pitch misses outside. It's 1-1.
Man, Cozart is one of the best in the country at grabbing that pitch that's just a little bit off the plate and making it look really good. Did a great job of it yesterday. He's doing a very nice job today.
Nice block by him. Ball 2. It's a 2-1 count. I talked to him yesterday about that, and he was one of the best last season, D, to your point, and just how much his game has grown. And, you know, he's tried different positions behind the plate when he got to campus, you know, tried the leg down. That's become a little more popular at the big league level. And they went back to this traditional stance for catchers, but he's a guy who had the chance to catch bullpens when he was younger. His dad, Craig Cozart, was the head coach at High Point, so Jacob was out there in the bullpen learning to catch and really just fell in love with the position. And, man, it's been really cool to see him grow behind the plate. That pitch in there for a strike. Bravo thought he had the walk. The count's full.
There it is right there, going out to get that changeup. I'm not going to let this pitch travel any more than it has. I'm going to go get it and stick it. Catches the bottom of the zone. Big pitch right here.
Pitch is fouled off and spoiled by Bravo. Runners on the move. Another pitch spoiled. A really good at bat.
Great job right there by Logan Bravo. Perfectly executed pitch by Logan Whitaker. And you know, this is what you want to see out of your guys. And Logan Bravo, one of the leaders of this ball club, experienced guy. I know they've been attacking me all day away. I'm letting the ball travel. I'm letting it get deep. I'm thinking about hitting the ball in the first base dugout.
That pitch in there is low, just missing for ball 4. That's going to load him up. Alex Stone will bat.
Great all around. Logan Whitaker, great pitch right there, not giving in, making his best pitch in a changeup. Even better take right there by Logan Bravo.
.105 pitches for Logan Whitaker. 2 away in the top of the 4th. And that lands for strike 1.
Yeah, that's a good start right there. You got a 6-year guy on the mound, a guy that's earned this right to stick in this ball game. Now 106 pitches in. Let your horse go get him.
Quickly ahead, 0-2. Nothing like a little chat from Coach Avent to get you going, huh?
That's right. That's right.
Bases loaded, 2 away in the top of the 4th. Stone goes down to get it in the air to left. The catch is made. The runner falling to NC State, looking to even the series. Jacob Cozart at the plate. He leads things off. Ryan Higgins back out on the mound for Duke.
Yeah, feeling like this is a big inning right here for NC State. They got their guy starting them off this inning, looking for a way to get on base, get something rolling for that NC State team.
A pitch outside for ball 2. You know what's really cool is this is the 299th meeting between these two teams. Tomorrow will be the 300th meeting between programs. It's really cool and really special. So much history between these two. That pitch is fouled out of play. It's 2-1.
Yeah, it's great too. You got NC State right here. You got Duke right here. You got North Carolina right here. 3 great, very, very strong baseball programs, and there's some great baseball in North Carolina that's being played for a while now.
Big shift on for Cozart. 3 fielders on the right side as he takes ball 3.
Big pitch right here. Got to zone them in your zone. 1 pitch, 1 spot. Coach Martin would always scream, you got to look for a pitch in your spot. That's it.
They check down third base, and he did not go, so Cozart works the walk. That's Adam Dowdy down at third base for the umpires. The second this afternoon for Ryan Higgins.
Yeah, big at bat right there. Nice job right there by Cozart. Yes, 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 no. Last second pitch is just a little bit up. Great job. And NC State looking forward to getting a little bit of momentum on their side right here.
Here's the sophomore, Eli Serrano III. And he takes strike 1. Oh, he rips that pitch and hits the runner. That is unfortunate for NC State. So Jacob Cozart is going to be out. Man, he torched that ball. Really no way to even get out of the way of that.
Yeah, it's just a crazy game. Crazy game. Does everything right. Hits it on the screws. Man, that's a base hit. Probably looking at first and third right here. No outs for NC State. It's a crazy game. That's just so unfortunate right there for Cozart. He had nowhere to go.
So Serrano's over at first. 1 away in the bottom of the 4th. Here's Chase Nixon.
That is a base hit right there, though. Sneaky way to get a little knock. Unfortunate, though. They'd have first and third right here, no doubt about it.
They check on Serrano. Yeah, they'd probably take that back if they could, huh?
No doubt. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Great job of hitting right there by Serrano. Ready for the fastball. Got that 4-hole wide open. They tell lefties with the guy on first base, use that hole. Does a great job of it. And it's unfortunate for NC State.
Swing and a miss from Nixon. He grounded out his first at bat. Only played in 9 games this season. He's got a hit in 7 of them, though. The Nixon brothers in the lineup this afternoon for NC State. Pretty cool for their family, I'd guess.
It's so awesome. That's so awesome. Got to be great. The parents get to come and see both of their boys playing in an NC State uniform. Don't have to worry about one parent going to the other or watching the other one on their phones. Just really cool and special.
Long strike. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Nixon. That pitch misses. It's 2-2.
Yeah, not sure what's going on. That looked like another cross-up right there.
2-2 pitch, fouled back. Jackson Emis warming up for Duke in their pen. Serrano takes off. Winslow couldn't make the throw down, so he's in scoring position. It's a full count to Nixon.
Yeah, nice jump right there. Breaking ball, great pitch to run on. That's 2 stolen bases today by NC State and both of them happen on breaking balls. So great job anticipating breaking ball right there. Got a man in scoring position, 1 out.
Another ball fouled off. NC State is 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position this afternoon. Oh, that one's ripped right into the glove, and they're going to turn 2. Morris makes the catch and tosses over to Wallace Clark. Nice today in the 2nd inning. And he takes ball 1 outside from Scott. The pitch is fouled out of play into the stands.
Man, that last inning for NC State was the definition of unlucky in baseball. Serrano hitting the rocket. That happened to hit Cozart. Nixon right there up at bat. Great at bat. Grinds out a ton of pitches. 3-2 count. Hits a ball right on the screws. Second base, Serrano caught no man's land for a double play. But that's the game of baseball. And that's what makes this game so great is you can do everything right and end up wrong. Crazy game.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a long time. I have not seen a runner getting hit by the ball in play in a long time. And, you know, in that regard, I mean, Serrano torched that ball, hitting on the ground. You don't know where it's going to hop, and it looked like Cozart was taken off. Clark takes a pitch high. It's a full count. Oh, called 3rd strike. Scott gets the K. There's 1 away.
Great job right there. 3-2 count. I cannot allow a leadoff walk right here. NC State's got things rolling a little bit. And how about Cozart back behind that plate? Man, I tell you, he is a really good one. And that's something that a lot of pro scouts at the next level, they care about catchers hitting. But more importantly than anything, it's pitch framing, and there's literally a stat in today's game for pitch framing and balls that are turned into strikes from catchers. And
it's pretty awesome.
Cozart's one of the really good ones at it.
Here's Macon Winslow. Takes a ball outside. It's 2-0. Coming into this appearance, by the way, for Win Scott on the season, only 1 1/3 innings, 2 strikeouts. Hasn't been used a ton yet. This is a moment where they're hoping he can keep the pack in this game. Ball is high. It's 3-0. There's strike 1. By the way, the Clark strikeout is the 5th for the Wolfpack staff this afternoon. Ball's in the air, out of play on the right side.
Nice job by Win Scott right here, getting back in the count. Got to attack right here.
That one's driven into center field. It dies a little bit, but Serrano makes the grab. 2 away.
Yeah, good baseball all around right there. 3-2 count. Win Scott brought him all the way back, challenged him with the fastball right down the middle. Wonderful swing right there by Macon Winslow. I really, really like that kid. He's going to be a special player. You can tell he knows what he's doing when he's in that box, has a game plan every at bat. Nice jump out there by Eli Serrano as well.
Devin Obie comes up with 2 outs. He walked and scored in the 4th. Another ball out of play. A lot of foul balls this afternoon. I mean, we saw a pitcher's duel yesterday, right? Jonathan Santucci, who's a projected first-round pick, and then Sam Heifel, who's been a staple for NC State throughout his tenure in college, going at it, and just a lot of really good pitching this afternoon. That strike catches. It's 1-2.
Hitting's hard. Hitting's hard. It's hard to even get the bat to touch the ball, and ACC is loaded with good arms.
Pitch outside for ball 2. That'll even the count. Obie drives that ball right to third. Over NC State, we're joined by their head coach, Chris Pollard. Coach, thanks for the moment. Jackson Emis is taking over for Ryan Higgins on the mound. But how about the junior for you, giving you the start today? What impressed you?
Yeah, really proud of him. 3 strikes in the zone. Did a great job of forcing NC State to swing the bat. That was a point of emphasis for us coming in. We wanted to get them moving the barrel, and he had really good stuff.
Coach, your lineup today looks like they came in with a really good game plan.
No doubt.
Fastballs away yesterday. What do you got coming into today? What do you think?
Yeah, I've really, and I told our guys in the pregame meeting, like we had a pretty good approach yesterday too, but we knew coming in we had to take the fastball away from Whitaker on the outside third, just a ball off 2, and we just put our toes on the white line and dared him to throw it out there, and I thought it was a really good plan, and our guys have executed.
Coach, thank you so much for your time.
You bet.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, Chris Pollard again, head coach of the Blue Devils. Jackson Emis taken over. There you can see Brandon Butterworth squaring around, pulling it back for a ball. Jackson Emis this season, 8 1/3 innings. He's given up 8 hits, 4 runs with 13 punch-outs. That pitch is up for ball 2.
Yeah, you see that lower arm slot from Jackson Emis. Ball kind of has a little bit of an upshoot, and you will see a breaking ball that is hard and straight down.
There's a strike. It's 2-1. That pitch in, 3 balls and 1 strike.
Got to come in right here and attack these hitters. 4-run lead, no free passes.
That one's called for a strike. Butterworth on his way to first. He'll come back to a full count.
Making Winslow with his Cozart impersonation, screaming that ball back over the plate.
Brandon Henson behind the plate this afternoon. That pitch is up, though, for ball 4, so a leadoff walk for Butterworth. Here's some of the numbers for Jackson Emis that you were talking about, the senior for this team. And Dee, I talked to Pollard before the game. We haven't seen James Talon this week. We haven't seen Charlie Bielenson or Fran O'Shell III. So Jackson Emis coming in to make an appearance before them.
Yeah, and he's been great this year. I mean, that's his first walk of the entire year. Very uncharacteristic of him. Important here to get back in that strike zone, let my defense work.
Noah Souls drives this ball to deep right field, and it's gone! A 2-run home run for Noah Souls, no doubt about it, to the trees. And he gets the Pack right back in this game, cutting the lead 4-2.
This NC State ball club can hit. NC State could always hit. From back in my playing days, when you play against NC State, especially in their home ballpark, you never feel like you have enough runs. That's a wonderful job of hitting right there. How about Butterworth again? Getting them going with the leadoff walk was big time yesterday. Yeah, beautiful.
All right, so the call is confirmed. Brandon Butterworth touched home. Noah Soul's toes got home. So back to Luke Nixon at the plate. Just his second at bat of the game. Got on and stole a bag in the third. And he takes a ball.
Nice response here from this NC State ball club yesterday as well. 5th inning, things started to turn a little bit. NC State got things rolling. That's a big hit right there for this NC State ball club. I tell you, I think about Noah Souls right there. My heart was beating fast for him looking at that replay. I bet you from now on he's going to make sure his eyes are down on home plate when his foot hits.
That pitch missing. It's 2-1. When Duke scores first, by the way, they're 183-59. That's their record when they score first. But they scored first yesterday, end up losing that lead. Nixon checks his swing. It's 3-1. Full count, and now again you're going to see Ben Miller heading over to the right side of the field. They did this for Nixon last time. He hit a little dribbler over to the left side and was safe. This is what happened in his last at bat. And that one's out of play. Spoils the pitch.
Yeah, I like Luke Nixon. You can tell he's got a great idea. And you think about NC State infielders and all the great ones that have come through, Trey Turner, Joe Dunan. Two of my buddies, actually, coach is very excited about Luke Nixon and following their footsteps.
There's strike 3, caught looking, big pitch for Jackson Emis.
Attack.
Back to the top. Josh Hogue hits it foul. That was the 5th strikeout for Duke's staff this afternoon. Hogue struck out his last at bat. Swing and a miss. Emis ahead 0-2.
Seeing him go into that really good changeup of his, and it comes out just like his fastball. Bottom falls right out of it.
Pitch outside. It's 1-2. That one's hit on the ground sharply. It's going to get past the diving Morris. So Josh Hogue is aboard for NC State.
Nice piece of hitting right there, and you see Zach Morris. Great first step right there. It looks like the ball just hit the lip, popped up a little bit. NC State back to keeping that momentum on their side. I love their adjustments in their at-bats today. You know, they've had it pretty tough. Ryan Higgins, Jackson Emis, both of them fastballs up in the zone. They like to use their breaking ball and changeups right off of that. Big challenge for these hitters, and that's what makes hitting so hard, because the game plan against both of these pitchers are, hey, let's see him up in the zone. Well, when I see him up in the zone, sure, but when he shoots that fastball off that same slot, it's hard to lay off of it. So I like the adjustments that they're making here as this game goes on.
Swing and a miss through strike 2. Garrett Pennington, the batter. That one's in the air. It's going to stay fair in right field. Coming over, making the grab is AJ Gracia. There's 2 away.
Big out right there. There's that fastball up in the zone. Pennington does a nice job of getting the barrel to that ball, and yeah, the ending of this game is, I got the feeling it's going to be a really good one. I think about my playing days here at NC State, and when we showed up today, Danny, I looked around and I'm like, man, I don't even remember. You see a lot more lefties than you do righties, so it's kind of be expected that most switch hitting guys are better from the left side.
Proch, the big lefty, had a big season last year. Saw a lot of the bullpen for Duke. Man, they are so good. They've got so many different arms and different looks that they can give you, and you're looking at their pitches and the spin. I mean, it's just really impressive what their bullpen's done, but a big moment here with 2 away. It's a 1-1 count to Makarevich. That pitch catches inside. It's 1-2.
That right there is when Proch is his best. He controls that fastball to the glove side. Very tough at bat for a righty as well. It's kind of a crossfire action.
That one's fouled off. Oh, great pitch from Owen. Runners in scoring position. And although NC State is 0-for in that category, they were able to get that 2-run home run from Noah Souls to get them back in this one.
Yeah, situational hitting, timely hitting. That's what wins ball games. It's the toughest time to hit. There's no real answer to how to get better at two-strike hitting and hitting with men in scoring position other than slowing the game down, understanding that the pitcher is on the ropes, not you, changing your mindset and working from there.
The freshman Chase Cruson at the plate to lead things off. It's a 1-2 count. He got on and scored back in the 4th. That pitch misses. It's 2-2. James Talon in the pen warming up for Duke. Heath Andrews warming up for NC State. Swing and a miss when Scott gets the K. 1 away.
Yeah, great pitch right there. It goes to the slider. Dotson on the bottom half of the zone. Tough pitch right there for Cruson, left on left. And that's a good start to this inning by Win Scott.
Back to the top, Zach Morris will bat. 6th strikeout for the Pack this afternoon. Ball is up. It's 1-0. The ball misses inside. 2-0. So Zach Morris, we mentioned it, the transfer from Virginia Military Institute, and he was named to D1 Baseball's top 50 shortstops coming into the season. He's playing second base for Duke. That pitch is high. It's 3-0. And we talked about this, that Coach Pollard was trying to figure out the right recipe for his infielders, a new look infield for Duke. And he felt like maybe he was trying to make them into something that they weren't and making guys more vocal than they are. And eventually they came to the right configuration, and they've got one of the best defenses in all of baseball, the entire country. They rank 2nd in fielding percentage.
Yeah, definitely the best infield I've seen played this year. They're solid all the way across, and it's always a good thing when you got 3 shortstops that you can stick at third, short, and second. And yeah, I mean they've definitely hit the jackpot with their configuration, and I don't see this infield alignment changing throughout the rest of the year.
3-2 pitch on its way to Morris, and it's up. So he works the 1-out walk. Sounds like the San Diego Padres to me, with a bunch of shortstops playing all over the field. It's pretty impressive. All right, so check out this adorable photo of Ben Miller, who is from the area, went to Forest View Elementary, went and read to these kids during the Clemson series with the stash, of course. So adorable. I love when these guys go out in the community and get to spend time with the kids.
Yeah, Ben loves the kids, man. It's awesome. That's what it's all about. And you know, baseball is such a wonderful game, and it gives you such a great platform to give back to everyone around you. And, you know, these young kids, they look up to these college baseball players, and you know, they have dreams and aspirations of playing on this same field and wearing these same uniforms that you see on this field. So it's great when you get to see these guys go back and give back.
Miller drives that ball into center field. On his horse is Zach Morris, who goes from first to third on the play. And so Duke is cooking. They gave up 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th to NC State. Now you got runners on the corners for A.J. Gracia.
There goes that man again. Absolutely perfectly executed pitch. Throws it right where he wanted it. Ben Miller gets the barrel to it. And how about Zach Morris flying around the bases? Eli Serrano, something as well you won't see, but he throws that ball to second base. Keeps the double play in order. Those are the little things inside of baseball games that you have to mark with an asterisk, because that's how you save runs.
That's such a good point. That is such a good point. Big moment here for Gracia as he takes strike one. Gracia has been on all 3 times today, hitting 500 with runners in scoring position. That one's hit out of play into the stands, out of the park. Duke this afternoon, 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, here you got to find a way to get the ball in play. Tough at bat right here, left on left against a lefty and Wynn, who's got very, very good stuff. Gracia, slow the game down. Hey, the pressure's on the pitcher. We got him on the ropes right here. Get a ball in my zone, put it in play.
0-2 gets him swinging. Huge strikeout for NC State, and 2 away.
Big time pitch right there. Sometimes the best breaking ball is the one that doesn't really move a ton. Gracia sees the breaking ball up in the zone, thinking it's going to drop down in the zone. It doesn't. Wynn gets the big strikeout.
Yeah, back-to-back Ks for him. 7-4.
Slider, change up. Like to see him attack this guy and build some confidence moving forward.
There's a strike to Logan Bravo. They've got 4, 5, 6 in Duke's lineup. Runners taken off, no throw down from Cozart. So runners on second and third for Duke, 2 away in the top of the 6th inning.
Just made this at bat just that much more important. Now base hit, scores 2. Heath Andrews got to bear down, make his pitch.
Bravo, a big chopper up the middle, it gets through. Another run will score for Duke. Morris, nice job there. A 2-out, 2 RBI single for Logan Bravo. Scores Miller and Morris.
A good old shift beater. That's what good hitters do. He sees the opening on the right side of the field, knows they've been attacking him with fastballs away. I'm not trying to do too much, just shoot that hole. Does it perfectly and gets a hard kick off the dirt. Scores 2 runs right there. Duke grabs those 2 runs back that NC State grabbed back from him in the bottom of the 5th.
6-2, Duke on top. Alex Stone, the batter. He takes a ball.
Yeah, you look at Alex Stone's numbers this year, and by no means has he been throwing up numbers like he has throughout the course of his career. He's a heck of a player. He's hit the ball on the screws all over the yard. Yesterday hit the ball on the screws. Today's hit the ball on the screws. Nothing really to show for it. This is a guy, as this year progresses, he will get back to himself, and his numbers are going to be exactly where they should be at the end of the year.
1-0 pitch. Called strike. It's 1-1. Yeah, and I mean, Coach Pollard said that yesterday, right? We hit a lot of balls really hard. They just didn't produce anything. They did not amount to anything, and that's tough luck sometimes. But listen, you've got a top 10 offense in the country. You can smash home runs for days. They're just working a couple of things out when it comes to being able to, I think, just continue to put balls in play, run that batting average up, right? Work the walks. They rank in the bottom half in the ACC for walks right now. It's not really something they're interested in, right? They don't need to, maybe, because they can hammer the ball. But that's something that is a work in progress for this club. 1-2 pitch. That's on the ground, coming in and over to make the play from third. That's Makarevich. Duke, though, James Talon, another tough look for the lineup.
Yeah, highly decorated guy. Wonderful freshman year, freshman All-American. Set the saves record at Duke. Charlie Peelingson's creeping up to very fast in this season, but he throws almost an invisible. And you know, they like to throw that term out. The best way I can explain invisible means the ball pops out of his hand. It looks like a watermelon when it's coming to home plate, and then by the time you go to swing, it's already in the glove. You'll see a slider as well. They're looking for him to get back to form. He hasn't quite hit his stride yet, but this is going to be a very, very, very important arm for this Duke ball club once again if they want to get to where they want to get to this year.
He's ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jacob Cozart, who hits it in the air to center field. Devin Obie under it to make the catch, 1 away.
Here, don't let those numbers skew your mind of what James Talon is as a pitcher. Ultimate competitor, very, very bright future, and I'm certain his numbers are going to be right down where they normally are every single year here in the coming times.
That pitch misses for a ball. It's 1-1 to Eli Serrano, the third. Again, Talon ahead 1-2, and it looks like the game plan for Duke for a lot of 2-strike counts is you're going to see that shift with Ben Miller running over to join the right side. It's in the air and out of play.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, you know, a lot of these cards that you'll see players pull out of their back pocket, it's the defensive alignment, and normally you have where are you playing with less than 2 strikes, and then where are you playing with 2 strikes. Oftentimes you get a lot of breaking balls with 2 strikes, so they're betting, and they have technology and numbers to prove that they do pull balls more with 2 strikes.
Talon gets a swing and a miss, gets the strikeout. 2 quick 1-2 outs.
Yeah, there's that big fastball right there. Comes out of his hand, looks like it's middle. You see it the whole way. Next thing you know, you go to swing at it, and it's in the glove. It's only 91, 93, up to 94 on good days, but it plays like 95, 96, 97, and there's almost no explaining how he does it other than he's just an outlier metrically, and he's got really, really good stuff that you can't teach.
Yeah, gets ahead there on Chase Nixon. I mean, you don't set the single season record at such a great program without a ton of work. It's another ball in the air. Devin Obie running a long way, sliding. It pops out of his glove. He can't make the catch. So NC State keeps the inning alive. Chase Nixon on first.
What a game, huh? Chase Nixon hits a rocket last at bat. He's out. This at bat fastball sneaks up on him, bloops it into left field, and Devin Obie almost making the 3rd sliding catch of this series. He has been fantastic. Anytime you can get a ball down in front of Devin Obie, you know you did everything right. Great job right there, extending the inning here with 2 strikes, trying to keep the pressure on this Duke defense.
Here's Brandon Butterworth. He takes a strike from Talon. Butterworth had a huge walk in the 5th. Noah Souls drove him in on a 2-run home run. That ball's inside. Swing and a miss through strike 2. Talon ahead 1-2. And I think when James Talon is at his best is when he is getting ahead in the count, and he's got some nasty pitches and just kind of has his way with hitters. That pitch is fouled off. Bottom of the lineup, similar to last night for NC State. They're 7 through 9 hitters, 3 for 5, 2 RBI and 2 runs.
Yeah, complete lineup. This is what Coach Avent needs out of the bottom of this lineup, is to find ways to get on base. They did it all day yesterday, whether it was drawing walks, sacking guys over, putting the ball in play, and scoring runs. It's very important. This offense is complete 1 through 9, and it's like it's on repeat. NC State's offense will be a complete, potent offense every single year.
Swing and a miss through strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the frame for James Talon, and he leaves that runner stranded. We're top of the 7th.
Yeah, steady guy. Steady guy. It's great to be able to, you know, when you think about your guys up the middle, your catchers, your shortstop, second baseman, center fielder, you're not really so worried about the offensive side as you are the defensive side. I need to make sure I can plug these guys ace a ton. Really, really like his game.
0-2 pitch on its way is outside. Just a quick chat he had with first base coach and hitting coach Eric Tyler. Good block behind the plate. Evens the count up, though. It's 2-2. Swing and a miss. Andrews gets the strikeout.
Yeah, you see why they're excited about Heath Andrews. Big fastball right there. Nice and easy. Doesn't try to do too much. Shoots right out of his hands. Wallace Clark swings right under it. Really, really good freshman arm right here. One of the many in that bullpen they're going to rely on.
Here's Macon Winslow. Chops the first pitch he sees. It's called foul. That was the 8th strikeout, by the way, for PAC's staff this afternoon.
Little 95 spot right there from a freshman.
I love when the freshmen come in and just no fear. No fear at all. 0-2 pitch on its way. Long, long strike out of play. So Winslow protects the plate.
Yeah, the good ones, that's how they feel out on that mound. They understand it's me versus you. You can't beat me. I'm going to attack you. I don't fear you. That's what you'd like to see out of your freshman.
Swing and a miss. He gets him to chase. Back-to-back strikeouts.
Yeah, once again, that backup breaking ball, can't really explain it. You see spin on it, you think it's going to come down. Doesn't quite come down as much. You swing right under it. Nice pitch right there by Heath Andrews. Keeping this team at bay, giving his offense a chance to get back in that dugout. Try to get a little momentum on their side.
Devin Obie, the batter, and pulls back in time. First base umpire Chris Ward with the call. Duke's had a tough time with their leadoff hitters from the 4th inning on. As Obie lifts that pitch left side in the outfield. And sliding over, not in play, but would have been amazing, is Makarevich. But Duke's leadoff hitters from the 4th on have struck out, and that's the same here in the 7th. Strike 2 from Andrews. It's a 1-ball-and-2 strike count. Obie hits that ball. Oh, a jumping play from Butterworth. He can't make it, though. So a 2-out single for Devin Obie to extend the inning for Duke.
Yeah, Butterworth right there. Thought that ball was hit just a tick harder than it was. Wow, he got up there. He doesn't know how he dropped that ball, but that was one heck of an effort and attempts to steal a hit right there from Devin Obie.
Just off his glove, so that'll bring up Chase Cruson. Ball is high. It's 1-0.
Devin Obie over at first base, elite speed. You see him hopping over there. That's the new thing in baseball today. They get a little shorter lead to start, then they try to hop off, and if they can time their hop up right, they keep their momentum going and take the bag.
4 for 6 in stolen base attempts coming into this game. Cruson takes ball 2 outside.
2-0 count right here. Cruson looking for a pitch over the heart of the plate. Likes to get his arms extended. Very, very good to the pull side. Looking for something he can drive right here.
Obie dancing at first. No throw down from Cozart. It's a 3-0 count. 1 on 2 down in the top of the 7th. Duke leads by 4. There's strike 1.
3-1 count right here. Good time at 2 strikes to start the runner.
Cruson hits it in the air, out of play. It's 3-2. Obi takes off. That one's hit on the ground. Right back to Andrews. Cruson down the line. The throw in time. Great job by the freshman to make round for Duke. NC State trailing by 4. Noah Souls, the batter. He had a 2-run shot in the 5th to cut the lead to 4-2 Duke, but Duke ended up getting those 2 runs back. So the Pack's got some work to do. That pitch catches inside. It's 2-1 from Talon.
Yeah, these comebacks late in the game, they happen 1 run at a time. I can't hit a 4-run homer with no one on base. Nice and easy. Win every single pitch. That's what's being said in that dugout right now at NC State.
Ball's left out. It's a full count. Last season, Talon working with that fastball slider, added a cutter. Hasn't thrown it a ton this year. That ball's fouled off.
Man, that got him good.
Chase rate, like he was so good last season. He's just building upon that now.
Yeah, it's elite stuff. It's elite stuff, no doubt.
The pitch is fouled off and out of play.
Love to see that right there from Noah Souls, grinding out at bats. 3-2. He understands the importance of this at bat. There's 9 outs left in this ball game. Got to win every pitch.
Souls hits it sharply on the ground to second base. Nice job by Morris to stay down and make the out. There's one away. All right, coming into this weekend for the Blue Devils, their pitching staff has been outstanding. They rank 2nd in the country, batting average against just 190. The strikeouts, top 10. The ERA, top 10. That ball is hit in the air and out of play off the bat of Luke Nixon. I mean, it's just elite what they've been able to accomplish, and it just feels like the past few seasons you've kind of seen the master plan from Chris Pollard.
Yeah, when you think college pitching, you think Duke. And now last year you think about Duke and what they were able to do. See, Jonathan Santucci went down. It was a huge loss. They were almost the Tampa Bay Rays, where they had openers every single game, and you know, they find ways, and that's what good pitching staffs do. That's what good coaching staffs do. And I think most importantly, the buy-in here is real, and to be open to Ryan Higgins, who's a bullpen guy who decided to who ended up starting today. That's buy-in, and when you got a group of guys that buy in, it's very scary what you can do with this talent.
Talon gets the strikeout, 2 quick outs for Duke, and back to the top, Josh Hogue. That was the 8th strikeout for Duke's staff this afternoon.
Man, great pitch right there. Great pitch right there. Froze him. Nixon probably looking soft after seeing a couple sliders. They freeze him on the fastball away. Perfectly executed pitch.
Another pretty pitch fired in for strike 1. Charlie Bielenson warming up out in Duke's bullpen. 2 away in the bottom of the 7th. Comes back and gets strike 2.
Yeah, you can see he's getting his rhythm back today. He's starting to feel confident, throwing every single pitch with a ton of confidence.
It's popped up in the air. It's a mile high. Out in center. Devin Obi will make the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for James Talon. And we're going to head to the just dropping out recently as well. The ball is popped up another mile high. It looks like it's headed for the glove of Garrett Pennington. There's one quick out for NC State. But how about the Carolinas showing up and getting some love here for that the D1 top list?
Love it. Love it. Carolinas are loaded. They have always been known for great baseball. And yeah, you see it right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 teams in the top 25. College baseball this year is going to be a ton of fun. I truly think that the ACC is the deepest it's been. I think there's a lot of parity throughout the league. I have no idea who truly is the best team. I mean, we look over at Wake Forest. You can argue that they're the most talented team in the entire country. They've dropped the first two series of the season. They won the series this weekend. But this is going to be a wild year in the ACC. So put your seatbelt on and strap up, because it's going to be a crazy ride.
Eric Tyler coming over to chat with Ben Miller. Zach Morris made the first out. So the top 4 of Duke's lineup doing some damage this afternoon. 6 for 13 with 3 walks, 5 RBI, and 3 runs scored by those 1 through 4 in the lineup. And I think you're completely right. I think the parity's been incredible. You talk to everyone around the ACC and you look at teams who maybe didn't even make the tournament last year. They've improved, right? We're talking about Pitt. But I think up and down through the ACC conference, it's been really impressive. Chris Pollard's out of the dugout voicing his concerns about the chat, I believe.
I think this is just a nice little game of gamesmanship. You got Zach Morris coming out, swings at the first pitch. It's a quick out. Now you got Miller down 0-2 very quickly, and you got Billiamson in the bullpen warming up. You got to make sure he's got enough time to warm up. So
that's smoked right back up the middle past Andrews. It's a 1-out single for Ben Miller. That'll bring up AJ Gracia.
Yeah, the gamesmanship plays off. Now extends the inning a little bit, gives Billiamson a little more time to warm up.
Well, I see a little smile there. Brian Sikowski next to Chris Pollard, joining the staff this year. I worked with Brian at Perfect Game, so I know him well. He's got a little smile on his face too. So here's the freshman. Gracia squares around. The bunt, though, foul.
Yeah, that's his 4th time this series showing bunt, and I love it. Look, you're going to play me in the shift?
Tell me why.
You're taking hits away from me? Well, you want to know what? I'll take a free hit then. I love it. Hasn't been able to successfully put it down yet, but I love that he's got this in his mind. You want to know what? I'm about the team. I don't care about hitting homers and doubles. I don't need to do anything crazy. I'll take my knock and move the line.
That pitch fired in for a ball. It's 1-1. Gracia has been familiar with Duke for a long time, came to camps as an 8th grader, has been coming since middle school, and he was a really talented two-way guy. They didn't know how good he was until they got him here against College Arms. So he takes a ball outside, doesn't miss in the zone, doesn't chase, and Coach Pollard told us that he just plays the game like a senior.
Yeah, he does. He does. There's just something about him when you look at him. You can tell he's confident. You can tell he knows what he's doing in the box. You can tell what he's looking for. That's what you want to see out of freshman.
And he takes strike 2. It's a 2-2 count.
See, I even think about that pitch there, D. I mean, he's looking for something out over the plate. Heath Andrews makes a great pitch slider that nicks the inner half of the plate. I'm not looking for something. In right here, I'll let you have it.
Does great with 2 strikes. He's one of the best on this team. His 2-strike approach, and he takes that ball. It's full.
Yeah, I'd like to think there's going to be a little bit of action here. Got a 4-run lead, 3-2 count. Guy that doesn't strike out a ton, controls the zone. I'd like to think there's going to be a little bit of action. Ben Miller get a head start here.
Runner's taken off. Gracia hits that ball to deep left field to the flags and gone. The freshman with a 2-run home run, and that 2-strike approach makes him pay. It's 8-2 Duke.
Special guy. He just knows what he's doing at the plate. 2 strikes, not trying to do too much. I am so impressed by his ability to drive the ball the other way. I mean, you don't see guys often have the juice to go oppo in sports, whether it's pro ball or college baseball. And the fact that he's a freshman, 18, 19-year-old kid that has the ability to hit a ball out that far to the opposite field, he's special. That's the only thing I can, and the only way I can explain AJ Gracia.
Logan Bravo, the batter, he takes a strike. That's Duke's 14th. This is Duke's 14th game with multi-home runs. There's strike two. It's a 1-2 count. So again, they rank 4th nationally in the country for the long ball, 2nd in the ACC behind Virginia Tech.
Yeah, complete team. When you think championships, you think pitching and defense. Number one, number two.
Sorry, D. He only needs 5 home runs to break the freshman home run record that was set by Andrew Fisher with 11 last year.
Yep. I'd like to think he's going to get there. But, yeah, you think pitching, defense, base running, and then you get to hitting, timely hitting. This Duke team, they have it all, and they're going to be a very scary team.
That one is outside for ball 4, so Bravo works the walk. Hey, here are next Saturday's featured baseball game. Stone. And he fouls that ball out of play. Just one away in the top of the 8th. By the way, you saw the hard hat that Gracia was wearing, and that has been a theme for Duke and Coach Pollard, and that blue-collar mentality, right? You get to wear that hard hat. You come to work, you show up, and you do what needs to be done. Do the little things, right? It's not just those. It's doing every single thing that you can right for this team. And so you get to wear that hard hat. And you learned about that earlier this week when they were playing Towson. They've got the lunch pail, and that belongs to Coach Pollard's grandfather. Like, it's really, really cool, the idea and these sentiments that he's bestowed upon this team.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. The culture around this program is just special, and blue collared. I love that. These guys they're not afraid to stick their teeth in the ground and go to work, and they understand what it takes to be great. And the way that this Duke program has transitioned over the years is insane. I have a good friend, Marcus Stroman, who
casual.
We used to. Well, the only reason I bring it up is because I back in the days when I played there, Duke wasn't always so competitive, and now let me tell you what, this program is special.
Stone launches that ball in the outfield. Eli Serrano will make the grab, and there's 2 away. Yeah, we were talking about Stroh. Obviously, he comes here and decides to rehab here, right? Get his degree at the big league level, which I think is so impressive, and what he's done throughout his career.
Smart guy.
Yeah.
Smart guy. Great guy. He's putting together one heck of a career, and yeah, I mean, I can see Stroh out there right now, all 5'8", 5'9" of them, throwing 96 and making me look silly.
Yeah, and he's carried that through his entire big league career, right? Height doesn't measure heart. That's what we know him by. By the way, his younger brother Jaden coming up through the ranks, could be a potential top draft pick in a few years. But yeah, Stroh, and I think what he established for for guys who maybe aren't as tall, right? Who don't necessarily have that advantage, and he has been an absolute role model for that prototype of pitcher.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. He's had such a great influence on the game and young kids that maybe aren't the biggest, but they understand that if I want it and if I'm willing to work for it, I can achieve anything that anyone else can achieve, and he's done just that.
2-1 count to Wallace Clark. Another pitch fouled off. So Heath Andrews on the mound doing a really nice job. Those last 2 innings just gave up that 2-run home run to Gracia. Have you noticed anything different with his pitches, his delivery?
I think he looks fantastic. I mean, this is a great arm right here, and 0-2 gives up the hit to Ben Miller. Just does a nice job shooting it back through the box. 3-2 count. I love that he challenged.
That's a fly ball in the air to right field. Catch is made by Souls, so the runner stranded. New pitcher on the mound for Duke, Charlie Bielenson, facing Garrett Pennington. Gets a swing and a miss. It's a 1-1 count. And we've been waiting to see, when are we going to see Charlie B? When do we see Hollywood? And here he is coming in. He had 2 appearances last weekend against Clemson, and now getting his first action this weekend. And Pennington smashes that ball all the way out of this ballpark for a solo home run. And he's going to get a standing ovation. That was out of here in a hurry.
Yeah, you can't keep good hitters down for long. And Pennington hits the game-winning homer on Tuesday against Coastal. Huge win for this NC State ball club. 1-1 count. Gets a changeup. Charlie's best pitch. He leaves it up in the zone. Good hitters do not miss breaking balls when they're left up in the zone. Beautiful piece of hitting right there. NC State scratching back.
That'll bring up Alec Makarevich, excuse me. It's the 9th multi-home run game for NC State. A pitch catches inside for a strike. Fouled off. It's a 1-2 count.
Charlie Bielenson, it's always, you always question when your closer, your go-to guy comes in ball games with big leads and not in save situations. And you like to, do they come out with that same fire? And really throughout my experience, it's hard for these guys to get up for that situation as much.
Ball's popped up just outside the infield. Clark calling everyone off and makes the out. I think that's a really good point, is when he's coming into this game, it was 8-2 before that Pennington home run. So you've got a 6-run lead, and you're asking Charlie B to come in a non-save situation.
Yeah, I think it speaks to the respect that Coach Pollard has for Coach Avon's squad. And you got Pennington, you got Cozart, you got Makarevich. They're all coming up this inning, and that's their best 3 hitters right there, and they're calling on Charlie B to come in and do his job. So I think that's a huge nod of respect to this NC State ball club, because Coach Pollard knows that 6 runs against an NC State team, until that last out is made, you never feel comfortable against NC State.
Cozart fouls it off. It's a 1-1 count. So Bielenson coming into this weekend, the saves leader in the country with 8. He's just 4 away from tying the single season record we mentioned. James Talon set it last year. So that pitch is outside for a ball. It's 2-1. And again, I mean, there were just so many bullets in Duke's bullpen. They kind of had to, because, as you said, they used that opener last season. They had some injuries to their top arms, their top starting pitchers, and there was a lot to ask, I think, of the bullpen last season, and they rose to the occasion every single time.
They did, and that bullpen's got to be thankful that they have Santucci back, and they have true starters now to this point, and that's huge for the team.
Cozart goes the other way, pokes it into left. He's got himself a base hit.
Yeah, that's a professional hitter right there. And this is what's really impressed me about Cozart throughout this season. The entire country knows when you play NC State, you have to go through Mr. Jacob Cozart. And what do? They stay away. They say, you're not beating me to the pull side. So they're away. And throughout this season, he has impressed me with his ability to just take his knock. Hey, I'm not trying to do too much then. If you're not going to give me much to hit or anything to drive out of the ballpark, you want to know what? I'm completely fine with taking my knock and passing it down the line to Eli Serrano. And just a beautiful professional job of hitting right there.
That pitch, another one chopped but foul. If you remember a few innings ago, same thing happened. Cozart on the bases, he was out because it was torched by Serrano. So maybe they're thinking about that. But also, to your point, D, is that the bottom half of this lineup, they've really been the difference makers. They've been the game changers and disrupting throughout the games and be able to produce. And so here they are now with an opportunity, but Bielenson ahead 1-2 to Serrano. Fouls a pitch off. Nice job by him. 2 strikeouts today for Serrano. He got on base in the 4th. That was that weird, wild play where he hit Cozart. Hits that one on the ground softly to 3rd. No play at 2nd. The throw over to 1st in time for the 2nd out of the frame.
Yeah, nice job right there. Good communication. Left-handed batter. They're in the shift. That's the tough one. Ball hit to the left side. Shortstop right away. Breaks to his right because he's thinking, man, the ball's to my right. Oh, whoa, I got to get to second base. It's my job to turn this double play. It's too late. Great communication right there by Wallace Clark. Hey, you got to go to first. You got to go to first. I can't get there. I can't get there. Take the out. You're up 5 runs. We need outs. Nice job.
Chase Nixon, first pitch swinging, hits it in the air to center field. Devin Obie's been busy out there, makes the fall. How good he was. They knew that he would have an impact at the plate, behind the plate, especially getting to work platoon with Alex Stone. He swings at the first pitch. It's on the ground to 3rd. Long throw over, good stretch. Makarevich makes the play. There's one away.
Yeah, good start right there for Derek Smith. You seen that sinker, starts it in the heart of the plate, runs in on making Winslow's hands. That's what he's looking for. Quick outs here. NC State, once they get back on the offensive side, they have 3 outs left. Important to keep the lead right at this point and get back in that dugout.
The shift on, of course, for Devin Obie, who takes strike 1. Good pitch there.
Nice looking breaking ball.
And there's strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. 2 away. Hey, the first ever ACC Gymnastics Championship is tonight at 7 p.m. Catch all the action from the Greensboro Coliseum. There's Chase Cruson. You know what? They had Tyler Albright come in to play the field, so he's going to get an at-bat now. Again, Smith ahead quickly, 0-2. He's doing the job. He's doing the thing he needs to do.
Yeah, great job. Great job. I mean, these are the type of outings that you come in here for 1 inning. You build your confidence, you get your stuff back, and you roll from here.
On the ground, over to first. Pennington makes the easy play at a 1-2-3 inning for NC State. When we come back, Harley Bielenson comes back out, and he's going to face Brandon Butterworth, who takes a ball inside. That's a lot of B's. We got an alliteration, which is one of my favorite nerdy things in all of broadcasting. Don't mind me, Devin Travis.
Oh, man.
Ball 2 outside, 2-0 count. And Bielenson fires in for strike 1.
Important he find a way to get on here. Butterworth has done a great job throughout this series finding a way on. Our producer, Lucas Raycraft, called him Butters. I love it. I love it. He's always going to be Butters to me now.
It's pretty good.
I love it. I love it.
Transferred from Western Carolina. He played there the last 2 seasons at second base. Came in and Elliott Avent stuck him at short. He's done a fantastic job. You mentioned the history of incredible shortstops here at NC State. Butters a part of that legacy now. 2-2 pitch, missing, it's full.
Got to find a way on here.
That one misses inside. So Butterworth gets a leadoff walk. That's going to bring up Noah Souls. This is exactly what happened in the 5th inning. The leadoff walk led to the 2-run home run of Souls. Duke's given up 4 walks this afternoon. A lot better than that number from yesterday, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was the key to the game yesterday, no doubt, was the free passes. You don't win a lot of games when you walk 11, 12 guys a game. So much better response today, but Butterworth, that's huge. 2 strikes right there, gets it to a 3-2 count, takes a really tough pitch on the inner half of the plate. That's how it happens, 1 pitch at a time.
Pitch outside evens the count 1-1. NC State 2 for 14 with runners on this afternoon. A few missed opportunities for the Pack. There's a strike. Bielenson ahead 1-2. It's like clockwork. Ben Miller heads over to the right side of the field. And the umpire says that it caught Souls. So that's a hit by pitch to put another runner on. So 2 free passes for NC State. That's going to bring up Luke Nixon.
Great defense. You're reminding all your infielders all around you, hey guys, 1 out at a time, 1 out at a time. Get the first one first. Don't try to be too quick. We need outs.
It looks like we have a pinch hitter. Luke Lanfair comes up to bat for Luke Nixon. Drew Lanfair, excuse me, Drew Lanfair.
Big spot right here, tough task. He's got a few starts at second base this year.
And Bielenson gets the strikeout, a quick at bat, 1 away for Duke.
A great response right there by Bielenson. Gets ahead, strike 1, strike 2, makes his best pitch, strike 3, speeds him up, gets him to chase a ball out of the zone. Great job right there.
10th strikeout for Duke's staff this afternoon. 2 on, 1 down, bottom 9, back to the top. Josh Hogue, the batter.
NC State just 1 of 18 in this series with men in scoring position. This is going to be the story. As this series progresses, you got to capitalize.
On the ground to first, Bravo turns to second, and the throw is mishandled. And so Butterworth comes home. Hogue ends up on second base, and it's 8-4.
Well, there you have it right there. There you have it. You're reminding yourself all along the infield, guys, slow down. Make sure we get 1. Make sure we get 1. If you end up turning the double play there, great. As sure-handed as they get it, shortstop and Wallace Clark tries to speed it up a tick. Ball flips off his glove, ends up in the outfield, run scores, 2nd and 3rd, 1 out.
Here comes the home run hitter, Garrett Pennington. And he takes ball 1. NC State trails by 4. Can't check his swing. It's 1-1. That was ruled fielder's choice E3. Error on Bravo. Pennington! Did he do it? Yes, he did! A 3-run home run for Garrett Pennington. He pulls the Pack within a run in the bottom of the 9th. A clutch Gene, huh?
Swinging a hot bat. Came here for a big reason. Said, I wanted to go to NC State. I want to be a part of what they have there. Back-to-back at bats. Back-to-back home runs. This time a 3-1 shot. A hanging slider. Once again, right over the heart of the plate. Good hitters do not miss that. And I tell you, this NC State ball club, you never feel
bad. Hits it on the ground to second, backhanded, and double clutched. The throw in time, though. Morris able to make the play. Nice job by Bravo to scoop it up, and it looks like they're going to review this. Makarevich hustled down the line. Bravo at first, he said, my guys can really throw it anywhere, and he's just able to find a way. You can see here the ball sneaks up on him. It's got a ton of spin on it. That double clutch from Morris in the field.
Growing up, they always just say tie goes to the runner, but I think that's changed in today's game.
It has. Little action in Duke's pen. The junior Jimmy Romano is up and moving. Here are our umpires. And the call's going to stand out at first, so there's 2 away for Duke.
Just a great job over there. I mean, that's why they chose to put Logan Bravo at first base. He has great hands. Find a way. I don't care how you do it. You got that big old glove. Find a way to make the play on tough hops. He does it. Huge out right there for Duke, who seemed to be reeling at the time.
Jacob Cozart will step in with 2 away. Swings at the first pitch he sees, drives it into right. Takes a nice turn at first and keeps this game alive. Had the game winner last night, and that's what a potential first-round pick does. He went the other way for a base hit. He's been on base a ton today, and he extends the game for the Pack.
Oh, yeah, he had googly eyes coming up that at bat. He knew it was his opportunity to keep this thing rolling. I saw Coach Pollard run out and move his outfield into no doubles. That's why Cozart ended up at first base. Great call over there by Duke.
Eli Serrano, the third, will bat. Pack trails by a run. It's 8-7 Duke. That ball's in the dirt. Good block behind the plate by the freshman Winslow. Andrew Schaffner is the pinch runner over at first. And there's a strike to Serrano. Schaffner, excuse me, Andrew Schaffner is the pinch runner.
See the Duke outfield here, no doubles again. That way a ball in the gap. They're trying to keep everything in front of them here.
That one catches. It's 1-2. Pitch is low. That'll even the count up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Serrano grounded out in his last at bat. But man, this is a guy who's been so highly touted and so important to this Pack lineup. Lets that one outside, leaves it out, full count.
Yeah, you take a look here. I'm surprised Duke over at first base. They got Logan Bravo all the way back. You think he's getting a free start here. You think you'd like to keep him at first base to keep him as tight as you can.
Serrano with the drive and the walk-off! A 2-run home run! Eli Serrano, the third, comes up huge. Wow.
Yo, ain't no battle within the fight we can't ignore. Against our own demons on the internal war. From the doubts that plague us to the fears that bind. We're that constant struggle in the depths of our mind. The voices of insecurity that scream so loud, but we'll drown them out with our courage proud. Through the trials and tribulations, we'll stand tall in the face of adversity. We'll never fall. It's a struggle within, against our own doubt. But we'll fight through the darkness and find our route. In the battle against ourselves, we'll find our might, and emerge victorious in the shining light. It's a journey of self-discovery, a quest for truth to break free from the chains of our own youth. We'll push beyond limits and reach for the sky. In the fight against ourselves, we'll never say die. Through the ups and downs, we'll persevere, overcoming obstacles without fear. For the greatest battle we'll ever face is the one within in this human race. It's a struggle within, against our own doubt. But we'll fight through the darkness and find our route. In the battle against ourselves, we'll find our might, and emerge victorious in the shining light. So as we face the challenges that lie ahead, let's remember the strength that lies within instead. For in the fight against ourselves, we'll find our truth, and in the struggle within, we'll find our youth. Yeah, in the melody of life, let's take a stand against our own demons hand in hand. For in the battle against ourselves, we'll rise and conquer our fears, reaching for the skies.